800% more expensive to have it made in the United States. So you can probably see why a 50% or even a 200 or 300% tariff would still not make me or almost any other business move to American manufacturing.
Hey everyone, let's talk reciprocal tariffs, but instead of diving into the politics, I want to look at it from the perspective of an ordinary American business owner. Here's a real question. Will raising tariffs actually bring manufacturing back to the US? For most products, the answer is no. Even with a 200% tariff, many goods from China are still much cheaper than making them in the US. And here's another thing to think about. Bringing manufacturing back isn't just flipping the switch. It means rebuilding factories and the supply chains. It takes years. So if these tariffs are just a political tool, how long will they even last? And where does that leave businesses trying to plan ahead? Here's a story from a US entrepreneur. Stick around and watch.
And I have been shocked by how little they know about tariffs, how high tariffs are, who actually pays the tariffs. And with all of my products, I have always first tried to have them manufactured in the United States, and it has always failed miserably. Trump has been saying for years now that it is foreign countries who pay for tariffs. That is not true at all. When I import goods from China, the second it reaches the port, it is held until I personally pay the tariff. It is shocking to me how few people know that, but I promise you, China is not paying the tariff, I'm paying the tariff. Now, each time I've wanted to bring a product to market, I absolutely looked into having that product manufactured in the United States. It is so difficult and risky to have your product made overseas. If I could have it made in the United States, I would be happy to pay a premium to actually go and see it and touch it and make sure that it's right before I order tens of thousands of units. The problem is that in many cases, the factories to build these products simply do not exist in the United States. If they do exist, the prices compared to China are astronomical. Now you might be saying, aha, Lee, if we add a high enough tariff, then the prices would be the same, and then you would choose US manufacturing. The issue is the prices aren't even close to the same. I'll give you some very specific examples here. For my big bottle of hot sauce, I had a prototype made in China, and then I went to a factory in the United States that specializes in this sort of thing. And I said, how much would it cost to make this exact box? I would prefer to buy it from an American company. It was 800% more. 800% more. Another part of this that I have tried so hard to get manufactured in the United States is the label. But the prices that I was being quoted